A lot of mages. A lot of cavaliers.
Hmm.
Makes sense. Do I have the sword equipped? No, of course not. I'm not going to use that until the last mission, then I'm going to realize it's not that useful and switch back to my practice sword.
Watch one weapon only be effective. Well, watch only the weapon be effective against the Lance of Ruin.
Let's see. They're all level 9. Ooh. They have some stuff. Vulnerary. Never mind. Okay. So we have Mikvan. Whoa!
Well, he has the red hair.
He does not look like a good dude, though. Okay. Yeah, a lot of beefy
Is it just
people.
because of the deep scars, though? Is that why you said that?
What was that?
Is it just because of the deep scarring? Is that why you said that?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, deep scarring, but, like, look at that. Just, like, angry glare grimace. And, like, the kind of sunken eyes.
There's something about him, though, that seems... Yes, disheveled. And yes, intense, but I wouldn't necessarily say villainous. It could have just been one of those things where he felt like his birthright was taken from him because he was without a crest and he has been cast aside and bullied all his life. You never know. But doesn't at all excuse stealing the lance and then rallying people against him. But who knows? Maybe there's going to be a kind of insurrection against those nobles with crests, because weren't they implying that the nobles they prided only members of their families that bore crests that could wield these weapons?
We're almost to the top floor.
Phew. Why did we have to climb so high before a battle? At least it's better than fighting in heavy rain.
And he was disinherited for being without a crest?
Who, me?
Could you imagine?
I mean,
I suppose that's why understanding the nature of crests and how people acquire them through the bloodlines
Ready anytime.
be an interesting topic of study.
I stand ready.
Who, me?
I think that was kind of the point of it, that, like...
Let's
Well,
get
that's what
to it.
Hanuman's doing.
Yeah.
Ready
It
and
just
willing.
sounds like phrenology to me.
Leave it to me.
Weird quack science that's more likely to make people upset than anything
Well, right.
else.
But what if they find out that
I'll give it
it's
my all.
not just by blood that these crests are passed down? Or what if it's possible to give or take away crests?
Won that.
That's definitely been the premise of some sci-fi or fantasy stories, where they're the people that are endowed with something that others don't have. And this particular thing grants them elevated status, but when it's found out that they've acquired it through questionable means or that anyone can have it, they just prevent the means of giving it freely to the normal populace. And, you know, they keep it from them to maintain their own social standing, then that usually instigates conflict. Right? Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was kind of the point of Legend of Korra. Benders versus non-benders. At least for Season 1.
But they were compensating for it with technology.
Yeah.
But no, it would be a situation in which people were to say, hey, it turns out that you can make people
Captain's in
into
trouble.
benders.
Hurry up, you fools!
Or you can take it away.
Enemies approach from the lower floors. Watch the rear flank.
Actually, that's a topic that's been explored in probably the X-Men most often.
Yeah.
Remember how there was that guy, he was similar to, well, Professor X, Professor Xavier, in which they were going to strip everyone of their powers? Wasn't that the aim of that one Stark guy?
Yeah.
Or Stryker? whatever his name was. Yeah, I think Stryker. Because Stark, that's the Iron Man family.
It's been a while.
But it starts with an ST
I have a bad
as
idea.
well.
What? I wanted to unequip that weapon.
It's interesting, though, because there are the people that take it one way where let's give everyone powers. And then there's the ones where let's take away everyone's powers.
It's Luck Ignatz. Somebody will be here momentarily
There's
to shoot
definitely
you.
something that we played recently that explored that as well. I'm trying to think of it, though.
I'm coming up with blanks.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes there's the sacrifice where people have magic, they use it in their realm, and it really does
Never underestimate an outsider.
hold the populace at odds against each other, the haves and the have-nots, when it comes to magic. And then they find out, oh no, the demon beasts from the magic realm are invading our own, and guess what? Using magic it's responsible for creating these beasts. And at the end of the tale, they would have the heroes make the fateful decision of, do we give up our way of life? Do we give up magic for the sake of sealing away these creatures that are made from the magic and ensuring that no one ever misuses it again situation?
Perfect. We're unarmed.
And it's sad because then they have to forfeit magic, but at the same time, then everyone is on equal ground and the threat of the evil magic beasts is over.
Not as hard as I thought.
Let's see. Right in,
Sorry, but victory is mine. I expected as much.
That's pretty good.
Then there's the opposite take of give everyone magic, but then you start having people abuse it for their own ends. But then again, the people with magic were often already abusive towards the people without it, sheerly because they had power that the other ones didn't.
Appreciate that.
I don't know, it's interesting. It's an interesting topic to explore in fiction.
I mean, I know if for whatever reason magic was real and I didn't have it, I'd be upset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would definitely be enviable. And that in and of itself would cause a contemptuous relationship.
I say the, I'm supposed to just shoot it. Oh.
Nice try.
Works out. I do really wish there was a way that I could, like, reduce the amount of EXP these characters get. So I could just level their classes and weapons. Oh, well.
I cannot lose.
Because I do feel wildly overleveled for this. Okay. Can I attack? Do I just sit here and let him punch me for a while? Yeah. Might as well. We got a torch. Means foggy fields ahead.
Mm-hmm. I'm often intrigued by magic systems and how people justify the not only the just manipulation of magic in and of itself, but what cost is associated with it. It too often seems like in these games, magic is just
You just have it.
Well,
Thanks
they
for
don't
that.
really explain where it comes from, how one can master it. Do you just memorize incantations? Do you have to have an affinity for it? Is there is there an attunement that you have to have, or training that in a specific...
Definitely a training.
Yeah, but at least in this. But I'm just wondering what the source of magic is.
Let's shake things
in
up.
This. Because in some works of fiction, it's from a kind of spirit partner or animal or thing. Maybe it's a focus or a stone. Maybe another kind of energy source. Maybe it's using your own spiritual energy. Maybe it... Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
What creates the magic in this universe?
Well, it's reason, so it's probably like magical formulas. At least in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies.
Okay.
You might explain the divine or holy magic being from the goddess or something, but I don't know. It just seems like they're so preoccupied with the three houses that they don't explain how magic fits into the universe, and how are there Pegasus creatures? They're really just beasts of burden in this realm? They're just common animals?
Here we go! Attack them from both sides!
It's an ambush.
An ambush, oh no.
I like how like upset Gilbert is about this. He's like, "Oh no, ambush!" And I'm like cheesing enemy archers for classy XP in the background.
They have the fluke forces.
Like I am straight up just like plonking people in places where I can be shot at.
Do you know
very
what?
specifically just to farm more EXP.
Speaking of floofs, I want to see a muskox someday in real life.
I'm afraid they'd stink.
A muskox? Because of the musk business.
Yep.
Well, have you ever seen pictures of them? They're enormous. And they have really long hair. They are probably more closely related to bison.
Probably. Oh, wait. Ragnarok. Highest tier fire
I've
magic.
just never seen them in a zoo.
Die!
You would think that they would perhaps be difficult to
That was less impressive than I was hoping it would be.
keep in an enclosure. I think they live up in very cold tundra regions. And they also might be few in number. It's a sad situation, but I wonder if in the future zoos will be the only place for
Where
many
you'll find
animals.
some of these creatures. I think it varies a little bit.
I mean, already they have to have breeding programs
You
to
were
ensure that
outmatched.
certain species don't go extinct entirely.
At the same time, I believe there's been like an incredible amount of success with the American condor.
What about the condor?
Like,
Because we saw some condors at the Oregon Zoo.
yeah, well, the American condor was like extinct in the wild. I think there was only like a handful left.
Oh.
And more or less, like a zoo breeding program snagged all of them, and now I think we have 1,000.
Okay. That's a decent number. Have they
It's not
actually
luck, it's fate.
reintroduced them?
I think somewhat, yeah. So, like, assuming we can get climate change under control, there's a very...
And poaching.
yeah.
That's because there's so many instances in which they say start breeding rhinos.
Sorry.
And they go, okay,
Don't know my
let's
own
release
strength.
them back into a restricted national park habitat, right?
Yeah.
Making my
And then
muscles
poachers
proud.
end up killing them right off the bat. That infuriates me so much, poaching. And I know that in continents like Africa, they're doing it because the poachers are from, trying to feed their families and they're poor and such, but They're just...
Oh, I see. You
It's
can't
really
get items.
because there's so much demand for ivory and animal components for, what was it, traditional Chinese medicine and such. Just so sad that the animals are being killed and torn apart for something that isn't even scientifically verified or proven to be of any benefit.
Yep. And yet,
Nice try.
every once in a while I get somebody upset at me because I make fun of homeopathic medicine, but it's like, it's not a thing.
That takes care of that.
Like, there are some health benefits, like, sure. Like, I guess ginseng tea is kind of good for you, but, like, it's like this saying the same thing about broccoli.
I think there are some things that heavily rely on belief. It's one of those things where, what do they call it? It starts with a P.
It's placebo effect.
Placebo effects.
Oh, see? Bang out. I got a vulnerary. Hooray. Oh wow, Lorenz is actually a pretty good mage.
trivial victory.
I guess I do have a fair amount of mages that probably weren't originally supposed to be mages, but like, whatever. Oh, we learned the fire spell. It's not better than Blizzard. Blizzard! Come on, crit. No, dang it. Oh, well. Let's see. Nope, not training bow. Iron bow? Iron bow.
Never underestimate an
We
outsider.
might want to flee. We're probably fine.
Uh-oh.
Get out of here, training sword. It really depends on can they get past freaking Raphael, the undamageable monster.
Should have trained better.
Get out of here, torch. Free.
I'll celebrate later.
Okay, move again. Why would I ever?
It's
That
amusing
archer is
seeing
plinking
these
away at
horses.
me.
Back when I was obsessed with horses as a child,
Horse.
I remember having this old book about the history of horses with all these beautiful illustrations in it. And I was always enthralled with the ancient...
Okay, I gotta
What?
change. We gotta talk about this game a little bit
Fine,
here.
we can talk about the game. I was just thinking of horses with toes. Because they were so cute. Well, go on.
I was just gonna comment on the fact. So you've seen like when enemies do like charges with their troops, right?
Yes.
Like this.
Yep.
The hit rate's pretty bad. Okay, so you hit there.
He hit
But like
there.
half the time they miss. I just like to imagine Raphael's just sitting there as a bunch of like heavily armored dudes just
Run
sprint past him
past.
yelling. And he's like, where are you going? Why are you doing this? What is your plan?
I won.
Anyway, those troops actually kind of hurt.
Oh well.
Poor Gilbert's like, what are they doing? So Gilbert is the guest NPC. He eventually actually joins us as a character.
Oh.
He's apparently a fortress knight. Cool.
Fortress Knight.
What is... Okay, I gotta check something. What does weight -5 do? Total equipment weight by 5.
So he's just that strong.
Weight probably has an effect on speed,
Speed.
maybe.
He's already quite slow.
Yeah. But, like, Gilbert is like, you know, be careful from behind. You know, it's an ambush. And, like, a couple other things. And I straight up have, like, Leone. Huh? Oh, he only joins in the Blue Lion route. Oh, okay, whatever. Doesn't actually matter that much. So he doesn't join us. He's joining us for this, at least. But anyway, so he is joining us on this mission and supervising, and we just have like a bunch of like well-armored people just standing within range of archers to be like shot at occasionally. But since we take no damage, even if they crit, it doesn't mean anything. But, like, imagine you're walking down this corridor and you just see the main character standing there as a man is repeatedly stabbing at his iron-bound abs doing nothing. Like, how would you react to any of this? Thank you, Omega Zero, for the, 2 years.
Woo.
Thank you so much. Enjoy that. Wah. Is anybody hurt? She's hurt.
Why me?
Oh wow, she gets a lot of heals too. So, the amount of healing spell charges you get is entirely based on the level of your, like, faith stat.
Huh.
Oh. Alright, Raphael.
Oh, he's surrounded.
Everybody's a jerk. Punch them. Who can you punch to death? Okay, so we can't do damage to that man, which is a problem. But we can do damage to this man. Hello, man.
Strength in action.
We might have to slightly change tactics on Raphael.
Hey, what's the sweat symbol?
It means he's been debuffed. Pretty bad. It's not terrible. Whee!
Oh, he's using his crest ability?
Yeah.
What's the crest do?
I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll have to find out between
And that's another
missions.
question. How do the crests assume a shape?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because admins seem to be analyzing your hair.
Too slow.
But so if it's a genetic component, how do you get a symbol
No.
from that? Unless you force magic through it and the magic tells you what symbol it creates. I don't know. How do they...
Gotta use your head sometimes.
I don't know how they formulate the crests.
Of the fact that the main character is just standing there, doing nothing. It is a thing of beauty.
Sorry, don't know my own strength.
Any regular human being would be, like, losing their mind over this. So we got Smash. Or we got Diamond Axe. This is gonna break this axe so fast. But it's worth it for the damage.
It's not luck, it's fate.
14.
I expected
Yep.
as much.
My characters are getting a little overpowered. We'll need to get in some new students in.
Just so you can... Get
have
yep.
a chance at not having stupidly high level characters. Because having a larger cast of characters means I'll have more people to switch around with, which means I won't be, like, weirdly overleveled.
I really do wonder if there's going to be a conflict between the three houses later, and if you've poached all
I'm
the other
assuming
students.
that's the point of this,
But
if
if
they're
you-
not recruitable.
Yeah, but if you've poached all the other students except for the leaders.
I hope there's some kind of reaction, like Edelgard's just like, where did everybody go?
You traitors! How dare you!
Like, it's just like Dimitri and Dedu just hanging out in their classroom by themselves. I've poached their teacher. I've poached their classmates. I've poached everyone but them, and it's like, maybe we should have just followed them. Maybe somebody apparently knows what they're doing.
Watch this be just the reemergence of Nemesis or something.
Us.
You take the most
We are
promising
just
students from the
Nemesis.
school and
We have all of our memories and everything. We're just, like, King Jerk. This isn't going to backfire in the slightest.
you cause the fall of the Church of Seiros. Bring about the apocalypse or something. Whatever he was attempting to do.
Go get him, fist smashy. I believe in you.
However, it seems more likely that
Predictable.
it seems more likely that you're a descendant of this of Seiros, though.
Ow!
Watch Seiros and Nemesis have been a couple. Like they had been a couple before,
Strength in action.
That'd be weird.
but then he betrays the kingdom because he was originally blessed by Seiros. Remember?
Yeah, no, he was blessed by the goddess.
He was
not-
blessed by the goddess,
Shot.
but was
Nice try.
probably a contemporary of Seiros and maybe even fought alongside one another. And maybe after they had had a child together, he became treasonous in something. So that's okay, guys. This is my guess. The reason why our sigil only appears to be half of the Fire Emblem or the Crest of Flames is because you have both halves of Nemesis and Seiros or something going on. What do you think?
Yeah.
And that's why the lady with the green hair, Rhea, is so interested in you.
Because we are great
There's
grandbaby.
still a long
Great. Wait,
I'm a
so
bit
you
uneasy.
think Rhea is actually Seiros in disguise? I mean, that would... She had the same petals, well, the lilies in her hair and everything, but I thought that the other one's hair was a bit lighter green.
I mean, we could rewatch the cutscene, but they were nearly identical.
Very true.
Thank you. Ready anytime.
Either way, probably of some relation.
This guy hurts real bad.
I
But
actually
now he's
won.
dead. Suck a wizard, jerk.
I feel like I've grown.
Yeah. That's the stat distribution is
People are bringing up,
wild.
you can see the whole crest. Well, actually, we only see half the crest on our crest screen. And Henneman only was able to see half the crest. He said as much. He needed a... Oh, actually, no. He said that
Sorry,
he couldn't
the
see the whole
victory is
crest
mine.
because he needed a larger projector for it.
Yeah, he didn't have the tools for it.
He didn't have the tools for it.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not like it's a combination of crests associated with Seiros and Nemesis. It's just an insanely large crest.
Yep. It is the special
Watch and
crest.
learn.
Yeah.
No.
I'm so glad there's no time limit on this one. But then again, I'm not actually going that slowly. I'm just doing really stupid shit. I've kept their archers sufficiently distracted. It's beautiful.
But yeah, I've just been suspicious of Rhea from the start.
I mean, I think she is just this weirdly immortal lady that has just been kind of in
Thanks so
control of
much.
the church since forever. First as Seiros, and then
But then why would she want the reemergence of
no, I don't think
the
she wants.
Nemesis blade? But no, she specifically made you a professor and put you in a position where you would come into contact with the sword. There's no denying it. She
Yeah,
wanted this.
you know that is kind of weird.
She wanted it.
Yeah.
So, Because they had said that for all these centuries, no one had been able to wield it or pick it up. And it is suspicious with the whole, her mother, well, his mother, sorry. His mother had lived at the monastery,
It's not luck, it's fate.
but then perished.
Oh.
Do you
What
think
if-
that they're siblings?
What if Rhea is his grandmother?
What if Rhea is an aunt?
Could be.
He should really just ask what his mom's hair color was.
So, it makes perfect sense to us to ask that, but Captain Cornbread personality. Well, no, Captain Hardtack here.
Oh, Captain Hardtack?
Because, like, Cornbread actually has some flavor and interesting things to it. Hardtack
cornbread.
is just, like, maybe good if you have a really strong
Are
cheese
you referring
go
to
with it.
Geralt?
No. No, our character.
Your character.
X. Like, Geralt, okay.
Well, Geralt hasn't
Geralt
been
is sourdough.
He hasn't been forthcoming about
Yeah,
the
but
circumstances
he
of the
definitely has
mother's
a
death.
personality. The main character is just, he is nothing.
But then, what Sothis is she the goddess? And she just doesn't remember? Why doesn't she remember? Unless she's, as you surmised, perhaps a dragon. But then does that mean the goddess is actually a dragon?
I mean, she
Or
could have
that-
been... Well, we don't
She also has
necessarily
green
know
hair.
if
There's so
Sothis
many-
is the goddess.
They have so many green-haired characters.
Yeah, they could have done with a little bit more variety on the hair
Because now
color
I'm just
front.
assuming that anyone with bright green hair is going to be...
Is somehow related in this, like, weird convoluted
Appreciate
family
that.
tree? Yes. Oh, wait, no. Well, no matter what, Rey is not biologically related to our main character.
But...
Because we can marry her. Which, yes, is really weird. But...
That's so weird.
Too slow.
Then again, did you hear about what happened in Game of Thrones?
You need to clarify that.
Okay. So I suppose spoilers to anyone who hasn't seen Game of Thrones. Admittedly, I haven't watched the show, in part because I knew I wouldn't be able to stomach watching even the first season because of all the raunchy stuff going on. But I did like reading about the series because it, followed the plot of the books, which I believe some of my friends had read in high school. But that was years before there was even an inkling of a television show potentially coming out. But I don't know, I liked reading the Wikipedia summaries.
You can take the lance from me, huh? I'll kill you. I'll kill every last one of you.
Oops. Well,
Piss him off. We might have to retreat.
whoa! It looks like bones. Fingers.
Yeah, most of these,
Most of the spirit weapons look like they're... Well,
Yeah. Almost all of these
They look-
relic weapons actually look like demon weapons from the previous games.
demonic, corrupt. Who knows? But they do have a bone-like appearance to them.
Stirts.
Let us help. Here's an idea.
Taunt them and then hit them with the other guys.
Yeah, so what I had read was that, Jon Snow
Yeah?
and how he's...
Oh, yeah, how Daenerys is his aunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I mean, that's never not weird, but that whole family is entirely a product of incest. So,
Well, it wasn't... Neither of their families were involved in the incest. That was the Lannisters.
no. Well, yes.
Because Daenerys' was House Targaryen.
Well, yeah, but
And-
the Targaryens...
And he was part Targaryen and then also Stark. Ooh, cutscene?
Oh, I should have opened that chest up.
Not bad for your kind. A bunch of spoiled, rotten children.
Oh well.
Oh. 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 Definitely demonic.
What the hell?
Ugh. Is it gonna make him into a beast?
I'm out of here. Hold on.
Yep. Dragon, even? He looks like a dragon.
No, that's Skull Greymon.
Yeah, so
That form. Mm-hmm. Oh my. Is this your first time fighting such a thing? Then listen well to what I say. An evil power has caused them to grow quite large. Their life force is beyond a mortal like yourself. You cannot win unless you fell them twice, or even thrice. Even if you've cornered one, you cannot let your guard down. Those things are even worse when threatened. Can you see that barrier? It is surrounded by great power. You must break through to fight that thing. A strong attack or gambit might help to break through more quickly. If you can break the barrier, that power will have nowhere else to go, and that will likely cause confusion for that thing. It cannot counter while confused, which means that is the best time to attack. If you break down all of their barriers, not only will they be confused, they will not be able to move for a short while. Without the power flowing around them, they will not be able to restore their barriers. You might even be able to get something from them. They have such might that they will not fear you alone. But a battalion could prove useful on that front. Attack them with a gambit to draw their attention and force them to target you. Be on your guard when they have realized their full power. The damage caused at times like that is not contained to just one spot. Once they have charged some power up, their barriers will be restored. You really must pay close attention to those things. Distract them with a gambit, or just take them down before they can attack. In any case, think carefully before you act. But you should be conquering that thing instead of talking to me. If you're out of questions, get over there and fight!
How awful. So the hero's relics are hiding a terrible power within. I can't even tell friend from foe anymore. And I feel for him, but the best we can do now is finish this quickly.
Gilbert, my buddy, let me tell you now. You should probably go home.
There's still
So I
some
can
bandits.
still get to that chest if I go real fast.
Ah, so remember how before I was talking about magic involving demons from another realm or something? So the orbs that are placed inside these weapons, those have terrible demonic energy in them?
Possibly. I don't really know.
To the extent that they can even take over the wielder if they're unworthy. And it's interesting how the creator sword, the sword that your character has, is able to function, but also without a stone. Do you remember how they thought it was suspicious that the stone was missing?
Mm-hmm.
But that he could still wield it, that it still had the red energy?
Oh, our main character.
Right. So, what if... No, that'd be too weird. If your character possessed the power of a stone, essentially, or they were the conduit for the magic, as opposed to a stone, which is external. And that's something that only, say, the Nemesis clan had? What do you think?
Hey, I got an idea.
I don't know.
Well, how would you explain your character being able to wield the same red energy without a stone?
Sothis.
Because of Sothis? But then what's their connection?
Sothis's? I don't know. That's spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so note to self.
I think a lot of people died on those spots.
Unsurprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
Physic. Good luck, Gilbert.
Thanks.
You suicidal yuts. You're going to die.
Well, that begs the question. Remember how I was talking about the 3 armies potentially fighting later? What if someone was devious and, having played the game before, knew what characters would fight against them and let them die in the mode where deaths are permanent?
I don't think that would actually...
It wouldn't fly for the main characters. Well,
No.
the main NPC characters, like him.
Nope, don't think so. Good luck, Raphael. This is ouch time. It missed.
Missed.
It missed.
Nice. So where's that chest?
All the way on the opposite side of the map.
So are you sending Leonie to it?
Yeah. She ain't gonna make it.
Oh,
I mean, I could probably just try and heal Gilbert through it, but I doubt it's gonna crack. And that's fine. Let's see, how much damage does this guy do? Accuracy is bad. Oh, punching it. Yeah, so, by the way, according to King of Sevens in the chat, chances are the chest just has a intermediate emblem in it.
oh.
Which is, like, would be nice, but not necessary.
Oh, yep. So he's through that first HP bar.
Count me in. No time
Like,
the
the
present.
intermediate emblem would be nice, but I can buy them from people online. And we're getting to the point where I can just buy them freely anyway. But I'm gonna try and make it back anyway, just because. But I think I'm about to shell it into oblivion anyway. Anyway, let's hit it with the training lance. We're gonna kill it with the training lance. Yep,
Wow.
doing it. Embarrassing victory. Where's your lance a rune now? Cause I got a rune lance. Oh, it's got a 3rd HP bar. Alright. Ragnarok. Ooh. I didn't like that. How much did you power grind? I mean, he's like in his 20s, but Raphael's like 17. I mostly was just using him to just stand there and absorb skill. The main character is just stupid. You should break the barrier, though. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to hit...
But Because if you break all of them, it's supposed to confuse the creature.
Oh, it's a sword called the Armor Slayer. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm gonna break this barrier. Yeah, you also get a bonus item for breaking the barrier. Yeah. I'm not seeing it happen this time around. Nor am I really sure if it matters. Oh, no. Like, I think it's actually too late. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I can get it. Nope. Hitting Claude and dying on Claude. Yeah, I'm just too strong. I mean, also I wasn't paying attention or caring that much. Because I just wanted to clobber knot the thing down because it would make me laugh. See, the bonus item is what's required to...
The beast is gone, yet Miquelon and the lance remain.
So the bonus item you get is what's required to repair relics. I mean, considering I did the most amount of damage to that thing with the broken training lance, I'm not fully convinced I need it. I realize that
What about the end game?
I'm gonna
Is that the only time you can get that item?
No, you can get it elsewhere and some other things.
Okay.
I'll care more on future missions. This one was me just doing dumb stuff because I could, and it worked out because it doesn't matter. Yeah, like I might use some relics, but like that broken training spear is my relic. Let's be honest here.
We defeated him, somehow. Let's grab the lance and return to the monastery.
What was that?
Me bumping my chair, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Raphael is maxed out, as he should be. The Rune Spear of X. 50% chance to hit, 100% chance to destroy. I guess I'll save as a new save, just in case.
You want to go back?
I probably won't. We're gonna be playing for another, like, 3 hours, so...
Mm-hmm.
That man, his form was changed. It was as though that lance was swallowing him whole. Upon that sight, it makes sense that your students were upset. I wonder if those relics truly hide such power. Yet even still, that power seems familiar. That form as well. As one who wields the sword of the Creator, does that mean you possess that power too?
Professor, you have returned. The goddess is indeed generous with her divine protection. I have already heard Gilbert's report about what happened. See to it that you keep what transpired at the tower to yourself. People would lose faith in the nobles should rumors spread of one using a relic and transforming into a monster. All regions of Fódlan would fall into chaos. We must avoid that at all costs. Please ensure the students who accompanied you understand that as well. Have I made myself clear?
Ooh, there's where the threat comes in.
Yeah, so I was gonna mention this. All of these divine relics look like cursed and/or demon weapons.
Oh, I
from the
know.
previous games.
But the church has backed the relics and thus the nobles.
Yeah, but I almost wonder if it's kind of one of those like weird dark religion things where
it's actually demons that have the religion.
Yeah, or like something. Thank you. You know, they've been manipulated into believing these are holy relics when they are anything but.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's just go along with it because.
Well, my question is the yes, of course, just to appease her?
Yeah.
Or does that mean that you're secretly... Well, no, does this mean that it's influencing how you handle the situation?
I don't think any of these choices matter. It's just whether or not they like us more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one of those games where I like, but it's not actually a branching story. It's just you're tailoring your choices to make them happy. It's really weird.
I just wish there was an option for yes, of course, but with your fingers crossed behind your back.
His transformation into a black beast was nothing short of divine punishment from the goddess. Punishment for someone arrogant and foolish enough to use a hero's relic even though they were unworthy and unqualified.
You knew? Or will I share the same fate?
I don't know.
Maybe do the lower one.
Yeah.
Because she'll probably go, oh no,
You're special.
you have the crest.
You have
You're
green
meant
hair,
to wield
therefore
it.
you're fine. The
This is
goddess
teal.
really likes dudes with green hair. And chicks with green hair.
But teal, he's teal.
It's greenish. She's
She's like a minty
She is a
green.
tree hugger.
Go on.
If someone without a crest were to wield the relic you possess, they would likely meet the same fate as Miklon. You, however, have been chosen. You are worthy of wielding the sword of the Creator, so there is no need to worry. The Church will formally return the lance to House Gautier, if you would. You have my gratitude. I can see that I was right to trust you with this. Please report back. I will tell you of your new mission for the coming moon at that time.
Watch everyone who has a crest in their bloodline and such actually be demon spawn.
Nice work, Teach. It's thanks to you that we successfully completed our mission. As for Miklon, I wonder if he really believed he could wield a relic.
I doubt it.
Agreed. He probably just wanted to get his hands on it, even though he knew it was futile. Though I'm sure he wasn't counting on turning into a monster like that. I wonder if that monster represents another aspect of a hero's relics. What a strange and terrifying power.
Seems so.
Stories of misfortune have followed the hero's relics since ancient times.
Tomas, you've caught me by surprise. That's not easy to do. Though I suppose I should have expected to see our librarian in his library.
I am sorry to intrude. I simply heard you speaking of the hero's relics. I can tell you more about them if you'd like. The story goes that Nemesis was corrupted by evil because of the sword of the Creator. Other heroes also lost themselves by continuing to use the relics, transforming into black beasts with twisted souls. There used to be a great many records regarding the dark history of the relics.
Used to be.
But they're
They
destroyed.
have been destroyed across all of Fódlan, stripped from their shelves, including those that resided at this very library.
You make it sound like the church is covering up the truth. But now that you mention it, Rhea was very specific about not wanting anyone to find out what happened at Conan Tower. Hey, Tomas, why are you telling us all of this?
It seemed like you were searching for answers about the relics. What is a librarian if not a guide in the search for knowledge? And not only have you been searching, but you have been doing so through the night. I would suggest you stop before the night's notice. And that is enough meddling for today. Please excuse me.
So I've been found out, have I? I suppose I do spend more time at the library than most students. But I won't stop. I can't afford to.
What are you after?
Teach. You don't really expect me to tell you something so personal just like that, do you? Though, I wouldn't mind sharing if you were to tell me some of your secrets in exchange.
I can't let this exchange pass without comment. If you're sharing secrets, perhaps I can share one as well?
Are you sure you could survive that? I'd say you're the least likely to share secrets out of everyone at the Academy.
Coming from you, I'll take that as a compliment. After all, you're easily the student with the most secrets.
I'm afraid you overestimate me. My secrets don't amount to much. But back to Teach.
Don't try to change the subject, Claude. We're talking about secrets. Yours. Who is your father? And why did you appear so suddenly as if from nowhere? Duke Regan's eldest son died in an accident. Having tragically lost other family members as well, he was without an heir. The Alliance would undoubtedly have been shaken if House Regan had lost its position of leadership. But then you showed up. Why did you return to House Regan? What brought you to the monastery?
Yeah, let's go with the top one. I would like to hear this as well.
Oh boy, I'm trapped here. I have no choice but to surrender under your intimidating gazes. My dream, in truth, is a selfless dream, but I require power to make it a reality. When I learned about the power of my crest, I knew I had a chance, so I'm chasing that dream. To the bitter end, if need be. I came to this monastery because I thought I might find someone useful, someone to help me on my path. So, what do you think? If you promise to help me achieve my dream no matter what, I'll promise to tell you anything.
I have my own dream to tend to. I pray that yours does not interfere with mine.
What about you, Teach?
Duh. If it's a noble dream.
Yeah. Top one.
I see. Well, now isn't the time to discuss this. You are still my Teach, after all.
I'm a little disappointed you couldn't use that
Professor,
as, like...
You have done well to complete such a difficult task.
I'm a little disappointed you couldn't use that as a springboard to actually, like, get Edelgard on and, like, you know, push Edelgard and Claude to be, like, allies.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I wish that we had more interaction with the other house leaders because they really played them up, but it just seems like once you seal yourself off with one faction, that's it. But maybe they want the game to be replayable to an extent.
Yeah, yeah. Which is rough, considering how long this game is.
Yo.
I'm curious how the New Game Plus works, because I might tootle around with that a little bit, because if I just keep all of, like, my classes maxed out, but I'm reset to level 1, and I keep all my skills, I might do that just for, like, LOL mode for a little while.
Yeah, I'm wondering, too, what his dream is. Probably for helping the common people in the Alliance. And
Yeah, I mean, he seems much more like I'd had, like, a hard, regular person life, and, you know, I see all these, like, nobles. He almost seems like...
But also, she did bring up the good point there of all of Regan's other heirs had come across misfortune, and he, the unknown grandson, comes on the scene. You know, an illegitimate son from, like, a commoner and a noble.
Yeah.
And a noble, like, the daughter that had fled even and gone in hiding elsewhere.
Apparently the Blue Lions and Red Eagles have much more connected stories. Interesting. Yeah, I will take a look at them. I doubt I will record a second or third playthrough.
I assume they
of
do
this
because
game.
they've been warring with each other for so long.
Yeah.
The kingdom and the empire had been at war.
Oh.
They don't really say much about the Leicester Alliance and their relations with the empire and the kingdom.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wish there were more scenes in general with all the characters involved. And I realized, like, the whole permadeath thing sets that's kind of off a little bit, but, like, I don't know, it would just be cool if you saw more characters interacting, at least while you're in the school segment.
Imagine if someone permadeath Claude very early on. That'd be terrible.
I think...
Or does that instigate a game over?
So, what happens when you permadeath a main character like Claude is they still show up in scenes, but they're not usable in battle. And that it implies they die, like, after the game's done or something like that. Like, you get a bad end for the character, even if they don't immediately die.
Interesting. So it's not like they become permanently crippled and can't fight anymore and then have a bad ending.
Well, for previous games, yeah.
Oh.
Kind of, sort of. It's weird. Yeah, it's kind of a cop-out. Yeah, but it would be so hard to do the plot for this game if Claude was dead. Like, you'd have to game over for Claude dying, or you'd have to have them just, like, wheel around as pretend plot Claude, which would also be weird. I don't know. It's been a while since I've played a Fire Emblem game, and I almost never had characters die, and I'd always reset whenever it happened, so... I don't know. Anyway.
I was just discussing the whole nature of the religion and how it deals with the magic and stuff. Oh.
Oh.
You have a lot of gifted...
Yeah, we do. So thank you, Crystalon, for gifting 5 subs to Taijo Ayami, Sebastian Armoon, Demian Cosmos, Manly Unicycle, and Stratos 14. And also thank you, Xanderco, for the 22-month resub. Thank you both so much. I'm always mildly out of breath because I always run up the stairs. I should do some more cardio.
Those are steep stairs.
They are.
You have shown exceptional skill in leading your students. I am forever grateful for the safe return of the hero's relic. Just as I expected, you have mastered the sword of the Creator. Now then, I shall tell you about your mission for the coming month.
Archbishop!
I just wanted to mention, she's like, you've mastered the sword of the Creator. I've never even swung it in battle.
He was about to call her by her first name.
He was. But no, I don't know. I just laugh whenever people talk about our character wielding the sword of the Creator, and I'm just wielding a broken lance. It's kind of the best.
Seteth, what troubles you?
Flane is missing. I cannot find her anywhere. Professor, have you seen Flane recently?
No, not Flane. No.
I have searched everywhere. Where could she be? She may be in danger. Oh no, 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 what am I to do?
Calm yourself, Seteth. Professor, we shall continue our discussion another time.
So this is the chapter where we get Seteth to love us.
You mean where we save Flane and gain his approval?
Not his approval, his love.